This is my 1969 Buick Skylark. It's been completed for several years now, but I finally got around to making a video on it. It was a frame-off resto-mod, I guess you could call it. Every nut and bolt was taken out of the car, every panel, everything was done. So took a while, but it was a lot of fun. As you can see, the body's been modified a little bit. The front lip spoiler there is all handmade fiberglass. The hood is a fiberglass piece that's also, as you can see, been highly modified at Cal induction, and now those air inlets provide some air into the engine compartment. Subsequent video is going to tell you why I got a 523 on it, but the short version is that's the cubic inches of the big block Buick motor that's in this thing. Those mirrors are, those side mirrors are off of a Pontiac that I bought through an online purchase. I thought they complemented the car real well. The wheels and tires are American Racing wheels with Mickey Thompson rubber front and back. The rear tires are Mickey Thompson's drag radials. They're 295 55-15s and not near enough tire for the car. The rear deck lid spoiler is actually a legitimate 69 GS rear deck lid spoiler, and picked that up through TA Performance. I think it's a nice piece. The bodywork was, the rough bodywork was done by myself. The finished bodywork and paint was done by Linwood Auto Rebuild in Linwood, Washington. The video may not really show how good the bodywork and paint is, but it's gotten a lot of compliments on that bodywork and paint on the car. They did a really nice job. The Brightwork is all original Brightwork. Came with the car. Obviously cleaned it up, took the dents out, polished it. I think it came out real nice. The front and rear bumpers are the original pieces that have been straightened and re-chromed. And in my mind's eye, I just love the front end of these things. It's one of the cool parts of the car, in my opinion. The interior of the car is kind of a combination of stock and obviously modified. The roll cage is a competition engineering roll cage. It's a 6-point. The bucket seats are Summit Racing equipment items. The harnesses are Race Quip. I got a 5-point on the driver's side, a 4-point on the passenger side. But the dash pad, the door cards, the rear seat, the headliner are all original items. Came with the car, but I did replace the carpet. Here's a kind of a look at the business end of the car. Subsequent video, I'm going to show you the drivetrain, and we'll go through that, I think, with some detail. I kind of thought maybe I'd take you through a my startup procedure on the car and kind of show you what I do. Subsequent video is going to give you a little more detail on some things that you'll be able to kind of tie in with what I'm doing here. But my gauge clusters obviously got oil pressure, a vacuum boost, a water temp, voltmeter, and then a wideband air fuel ratio gauge. They're all auto meter through Summit Racing. Switches are fuel pump, water pump, manual override on the radiator fans. The light is to tell me that the line lock's been activated, and that little switch down there is for the AccuSump that you're going to see in a subsequent video. And my tack with the shift light is auto meter, once again through Summit Racing. So I guess we'll just kind of take you through what I do here when I fire the car up. The AccuSump I can obviously activate here, and it'll give me, once I turn the key on, it'll give me oil pressure into the motor from the canister that's in the engine compartment. As you can see, it's bumps up to about 20 psi on the oil pressure. Drops down a little bit, but it holds it pretty good. And then I'll hit the fuel pump, and then we'll start the car. Turn the water pump on. Get that oil back into the AccuSump under pressure. I turn the switch off when I'm just driving it around the street, but at the track, it's a really nice insurance policy to have it on. And if I lose oil pressure, it will put that 2 quarts of oil under pressure into the motor, so it'll save my engine. As you can hear, the engine's not stock, so it's been, you know, pretty highly modified. You'll see that in a subsequent video. The other thing that this car had was an accessory switch, and it turned a fan on in the back for the rear window defroster. So I used the mounting location to install my electric cutout switch for the exhaust. That's really handy to have when I take it to the track. I don't have to worry about cranking the headers open. I just open the exhaust and I'm good to go. All right. Okay, here's a little walk around in the car while it's running. Really like the sound of the MagnaFlow mufflers. They're awesome. All right, that'll do it.